episode of Budget Bangers. You join me on my way into work on a Monday morning. It is bitterly cold and I have seen hints of snow. It's fantastic. Just brilliant. Great for business. But we always say if somebody comes to view a car when the weather's miserable, that means they're not really a time waster, are they? So, hopefully we get some viewings booked in this week. I'll be honest, middle of the month's usually quite quiet for me. I'm usually busier, more like beginning and end of the month. But we'll just see how things pan out. I don't really plan my weeks out as such. I just kind of roll with the punches for the time being. So yeah, I don't really know what's to happen. I know I've got the Astra that failed its MOT on Friday. Essentially it just wants a bulb in its handbrake sorting out, which I do believe is a caliper. And then I'm getting a couple of the advisories done as well. And then I've got a couple of cars to go off to scrap. There was one that I've been trying to get started, I mentioned in my last weekly video. A BMW 525D. Been parked up for a little bit. The battery's absolutely goosed on it, and I've tried to get it started a few times, and there's just not enough life in the battery, not enough life in my jump pack. So I decided, you know what, more than likely we're just going to scrap it anyway, because it's got 210,000 miles on the clean car. I was hoping I'd be able to do something with it, but it's just the way things go. I'd rather make myself a quick couple of quid on it and get shot of it. I mean, like, as it stands, I'm making 50 quid on it, so 50 quid's 50 quid. I'd rather have it in my pocket than somebody else's pocket. 50 quid for doing essentially nothing really. I've got my little colt that's out the back to have that's going to scrap as well, so I need to sort of getting that dug out. And I don't know, there could be I could be hearing back from the body shop about the Touran this week as well, hopefully. I might do a video on that separately, because that could be quite an interesting one. I bought the car cheap, and I seem to be putting right things that somebody's done cheaply. So nothing major, just people have been cutting costs and things like that. Got to save a few quid here and there. So I'll just basically be spending money doing right what other people have done cheaply. So I might do a separate video on that as well, along with the weekly. Thank you again to everybody on my last weekly video. As it stands, it didn't get like massive views, but the response from the people that viewed it was very positive, so I'm going to keep cracking on with them for the time being. Lots of people in the comments liking it, lots of new people viewing it as well, and yeah, it's just one of them things, isn't it? If you enjoy it, I'll keep doing it, and the views should hopefully naturally come along with it. But yeah, I'm on my way into the unit now. I'm going to knock yous off because I want to listen to some music. I've just had some Celine Dion blasting away, and we'll see what this week holds for us. Might even go out on a visit somewhere. Don't know where, but we'll see. Take a moment as well to say what a cracking little car that is. Just took this home for the weekend, and even my wife said, what a nice car. She said she was sat in the back with the bench. She said, it's really comfy back here. I have more space than I did in the Duke, which is mind blowing, to be honest with you. really am impressed with that car. I will definitely be. I don't know what they sell like, I've never had one. But genuinely impressed. I will probably be looking out for more of them. So we'll get ourselves inside and out of this cold, because it is bitter today, and get that kettle on. That's the main thing. Get the kettle on and start planning out the weekend. And also the sign is up. It's a bit wrinkly, simply because of how it was stored incorrectly by myself. Doesn't look the best, but for the time being, serves a purpose. It's what it needs to do. It's quite simple as that. Anyway, let's stop waffling and get inside this freezer. Right then, so how has today developed? Quite simply, it hasn't. But I'll be honest with you, middle of the month's usually very quiet for me. It's usually beginning of the month, end of the month, when I tend to get my inquiries and things like that. So it's just as expected. I'll be honest with you, in the trade at the minute, it has been like that a lot, where it's literally up here, down here, up here, down here. It is just an absolute whirlwind at the minute. Once upon a time, you could predict things like that, but at the minute, you can't. It is so strange. People are always going to be like, hey, you know, money, this, that, the other. It's just the way the things are at the minute. I can't work it out. You know, once upon a time you'd be like, oh, well, this is usually have your quiet spells here, your busy spells here, and it's just very up and down. And just mainly I need to get some of these cars sorted. I'll be honest with you, things like the Astra should be back tomorrow, I've been told. That's very straightforward. Get that cleaned up, get that advertised, things like that. Getting that sorted, not an issue whatsoever. I have been working on some stuff, potentially some other stuff, been talking about cars and things like that, getting some more cars in. At the end of the day, whether they come through or not, a different matter. Yeah, it is what it is. But tomorrow is a fresh day, and you know, you never know. I could put this camera down and say, right, I'm going home, and I could get a couple of inquiries. That's just the way it is. It can go from nothing to everything in this game at the minute. So I'm going to call it a day. I've had a day of basically just doing bits of admin, things like that. So yeah, here's what it is. It's what it is. It doesn't bother me anymore, if I'm being honest with you. If I'm quiet, I'm quiet. If I'm busy, great, fantastic, love it. But you just can't predict the things. It's just the way it is. Right then, so Wednesday today, still quiet. Is it concerning me? Not so much, because I've not long since watched one of Lee's videos from Car UK, and he says he's not getting any local inquiries, he's only really making sales through his YouTube channel. So yeah, and speaking in groups with other dealers and things like that, they're saying it's gone quiet. They had a good January, but it's gone quiet again. So I'm fairly confident that it's not me that's the issue. Obviously, I know I've mentioned about the colt not getting any inquiries. It's only been up a few days, but nothing on the Clio just yet either. I just think it's going to be one of them tough months, which is a shame actually, because of how January was. I was hoping it'd be a flyer. I haven't sold anything yet, and it is the 17th or the 18th. That's a little bit worrying, but closer we get to payday, that should, fingers crossed, pick up. So what I'm doing now is, apart from making myself a cuppa because I'm absolutely gasping, I've been to pick up the Astra from its MOT. It's now got a full MOT and it's been serviced. I dropped off the Avio there to get its pre-MOT and to see what it might need. I know what I think it needs, but what I think it needs and what they think it needs is two different things. So hopefully all goes well. I got a nice surprise as well when I picked up some bills while I was there. The Clio doesn't owe me as much as I thought, and the Astra, as I expected, didn't actually want a lot of work, and it's come out fairly cheap. So it just means that there's good profits, and also there is something quite exciting coming in as well. A 2018 Dacia Sandero Stepway diesel, tad mileage, 123. But that car will look an absolute bargain. That's going to be going up for 3,695, which for me, that makes it an absolute steal. An absolute steal. That could potentially be one of the cheapest stepways in the country. It could be. Especially a 2018 one anyway, at least. I know they did make them quite early, I think as early as 2013, possibly 2012-ish. But they're not all stepways. So, I mean, like mine's a Dacia Sandero, cheapest one in the country. I can personally guarantee you that one. I bought that for good reason. But that's not a stepway, that's a Bobby Basic one. This is a stepway, it's nice. One owner from new. Full service history. It's had a timing belt as well. I know, because I did it back in my days of wrenching. So, and I know the car as well, and I know the fella who unfortunately passed away quite suddenly of a heart attack, I think it was, which is a real shame, because he was a nice fella. And I know the car, and I know he looked after that car. Like, he never penny pinched on it and things like that, which can be a thing for cheap sort of cars like a Sandero or something like that. So it's a shame the circumstances we're getting it under, but I know the car, I know it's a good car, and it will look an absolute bargain, especially when it stood next to my 2011 Touran, which is going to be more expensive than a 2018 Dacia Sandero Stepway. It's probably going to hurt the sales of that Touran, I'm not going to lie to you, but a 2018, if Foster's car sales on budget bangers, like what's going on in the world? Can somebody explain this to me? Because this isn't me, this isn't what I do. I built this channel built this business, shall we say, from being me on my driveway with a trolley jack and a knackered old recovery truck. And now I'm getting things like that. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's not gone well these last few years, but in terms of the progress of the businesses, I'm really, really happy. I just need to keep pushing. We need to get them sales back, so we do even more. I want that car park out there brimming, both sides, absolutely brimming with stock. Because having low levels of stock is not a good thing, really. You want people to have a choice. The more cars you have advertised, the more sales you're going to make, and that's what we want. There is potential of other deals as well coming. Whether they come through or not, I am not too sure, but we're going to get cracked on with this Astra once I've made myself a cuppa, and we should be getting a visit as well. I don't think I've shown this one too much. 58 plate Astra, 3-door, 1.6 petrol, stacks of history with it, including a belt, which will be due next year, I believe, unfortunately, but it's not due, so technically don't need to do it. It's up to the customer really if they want it. I wouldn't do a timing belt on something like this anyway. So what we're going to be doing here is just going to be giving it a good clean. I gave it a quick clean just so I could get a price board in the window, so it looked a bit awful outside when it was manky and horrible. But this one should sell well. I did have an Astra 5-door not too long ago, as my regular viewers will know. I did do a video on that, so if you want to go back and check that out, please do, because that was a cracking car. I seriously undersold that car, and I'm kicking myself for it. I sold that car, a 5-door one, same colour as this, with a 5-door one, less miles, for $12,995, which, looking back on it now, it was way too low. This car will be going up for 1495. It's got 115 on it. The previous owner had it for 10 years. He bought it in 2015. This car is the car that came in part exchange against the black Vauxhall Astra, the 12 plate one I had. And before this, he had the shape before it, Astra G, I think it was. And then this is the Astra H, and he's just gone and bought an Astra J. So he liked his Astras. So, plan of attack is just to basically get it cleaned. And then get it outside, get it photographed and things like that, and do all the usual doodabs and whatnots, and get it looking sparkly, shiny. And I think this one should sell. 1495 is round about what it's worth in this area. You could maybe push a bit more, 1895 maybe. It's a bit, if 1500 quid, I think somebody will get a decent deal. Nice car, good history. It's obviously had a good one. It's got a full MOT on it. It's been serviced. All it wanted for its MOT was a side light bulb and a rear caliper. That's all it wanted. I have had some of the advisories done. A mirror glass, I do believe, was done. Yeah, that side mirror glass. A front tyre, passenger side, which has been done. And it's too dark here, so I can't see the brand, but it'll be a ditch finder. And I've also had a puncture done on this side as well. It was advised that it was underinflated, and I noticed it had been going down, so just got a puncture done on it. Other than that, I think it was all good to go. A couple of advisories on it. Brake flexes on the front discs, nothing outrageous. And it also advised on a oil leak, which it's never dripped. It's just got a bit of a, I don't know whether it's currently or it's had one, because I know it's had a cam cover gasket on it, but it looks like it's got a bit of a seepage coming from the cam cover gasket. Very minor, very minor. Pretty typical of one of these, to be honest with you. But yeah, we're just going to get it tidied up. I have already done bits of work to it. It's got a dent back here, which I had to go trying to get out, which I have actually quite a bit, because this was quite in a bit. Looks better, not perfect. And I've done a bit of a touching round here where the paint had flaked off. It's not worth getting a door or painting a door for me, not at this level of car. So as long as you can make it look all right from afar, that's all right. It's all right from afar, but it's far from all right. That's what they say. That's my quote of the week. So we're going to get it tidied up. Just needs a bit of a refresh and things like that. As usual, you can't see Vauxhall in there because it's too dark. Yeah, we'll get it cleaned up, and this one should be a right little Bobby Dazzler. Look at this beautiful big old slab. Bit of a whiskey dent on the door. Beautiful. How much did you pay for it again?
300 plus a fee, so 506 quid.
Absolutely beautiful. It'll run like a treat as well.
Oh, yeah.
Automatic as well. Definitely been somebody's grafter, hasn't it?
BBC Radio 4 on. Good morning Vietnam in the 6-disc changer.
Love it. Leather. They heated as well, them seats.
Heated front, yeah. Work a treat.
Bit of me, this. Here's a bit of me. If I had enough money to make poor financial mistakes like this, I'd definitely be doing it. You even got the fucking doggy blinds and everything, parcel shelf. Oh, he's even got his factory mats as well.
Mats on mats.
Mats on
I don't
mats.
think you'd want to be doing much with that, would you?
Now to blast with a jet wash and so it's only got the one factory mat, which is a shame. Looks canny though. Just the one key as well.
Yeah, no, there's another key in there.
2 keys?
2 keys. Probably worth more than the car.
Jesus, well, good history with it as well, like.
I think there's quite a bit, yeah. There's loads of invoices. I'll be honest, I haven't looked through the service book and that yet, but plenty of history. Nice to find the timing belt receipt, wouldn't it?
Oh, definitely. It's just, I mean, like, if you couldn't get a freaking door, that's easy fixable, that.
I'll find the door. It'll sit and wait till I found the door.
Yeah. My body shop could do that, no bother.
It's going to need that trim as well, isn't it? It'll be bent.
Well, he's doing my 2-ran. He's doing this bottom corner and the driver's side front.
Yeah.
250 quid. He
He
did me Astra, he did the full side, and obviously you were going to bid on that. And you saw what that was like.
That's why I didn't bid on it.
Yeah, and he did that for 250 quid, and that came out mint. So for those of you who's, most of you will probably know him, this is going on Lewis's channel, Flippin Motors UK. How much are you going to be selling this one for? You've not decided yet?
It's not going to be a big profit. All done, it's probably going to be 1,500-1,600 quid.
I was thinking 1,500 quid for an automatic. I know it's a 56 plate. It's good on the mileage for what it is. Sunroof as well. Have to be careful, I might end up buying it.
Make me an offer.
Yeah, check out his channel, Flippin Motors UK. You'll see more of this beautiful Swedish slab on it, I bet. Yeah. Look at that Dacia, blends in.
Look perfect together.
Blends in. Look at how this little gem's turning out. Absolutely stunning. Yeah. I have done some touch-ins here and there. Nothing too drastic. Done some touch-ins on this corner here, which looks spot on, and a few on the top of the bumper where the boot lid is, which is just pretty standard basically. Well, absolute stunner. I think I've earned myself a little coffee break. Right then, another day, another dollar. Exciting day today. Got the newest car I have ever sold. Makes me happy, because when you think about how my business started, it started off with me on my own, on my driveway. When I started the business, I basically had money, bought a truck, insured it, got it on the road, and I was left with £1,000 as a budget to buy and repair cars. And although things lately haven't been going to plan, when you take into consideration the progress that has been made over these last couple of years, it's brilliant. I love it. So what I'll do is, I'll get you flipped around and we'll have a look, see what's here. Oh, look at it. An 18 plate on budget bangers. Getting too big for me boots these days, I tell you. But it's crazy to think that once upon a time a car like this was just a hope that one day we could get there. And I have. Now, there's a bit of a story behind this. Obviously, I haven't bought it outright. This is basically a car from my landlord. But I'm still paying him for it, so is it technically mine? I'm going to say yes, because, it does wonders for my ego and all that. Lovely car, absolutely lovely car. I know this car very well. And do you know how I know this? Because it's basically from its first service has been going to the garage I used to work at. I looked through the service book. Majority of the stamps in the service book were from me. I put a timing belt on this car as well. This car has full service history. Now, it is a 2018. Mileage, yes. It's got 123 on the clock. It does have a little discrepancy from the last MOT because the mileage was put in wrong. But hey ho. So this car, 2018 Dacia Sandero Stepway. It's got plenty of things on it. I'm not too sure what. It's got Bluetooth. It's got the lecky windows, things like that, aircon. It's a really nice car. And yeah, unfortunately the person that owned this car passed away. He did do a lot of miles in it, but he looked after it to a T. Really nice car. I took it home last night. Be cheeky not to, wouldn't it? Yeah, fantastic overall condition. There's no major bodywork that needs to be done. I wouldn't even say there's any minor bodywork that needs to be done. If you wanted to nitpick a little bit, you could maybe find something, but overall, excellent condition. So this car will be going up for 3,695, which does make it one of the cheapest 2018 plate Stepways in the country. There is only one cheaper than it by £100, and that's £500 below its recommended retail. This is on the money of where it needs to be, value wise. Why? Just, 18 plate for that sort of money, you're going to struggle to find it. Full service history, one owner from new. It was an ex-demonstrator, so there is a former keeper on the logbook, but he bought it when it was a month old, so it is practically a one owner car. Meticulously looked after. There was no penny pinching involved or anything like that. The guy was lovely. I think he used to read gas meters, so you should just do lots of miles driving around. Apparently there's good money in that, apparently, to have a car like this from you. I think when I saw it brand new, this car, because there's receipts there for when it was purchased, if I'm not mistaken, it was about 10-11 grand, this car brand new, which really cheap for a brand new car. So planners for this one is it's already prepped, it's got good MOT, it's ready to go. Granted, I need to give it a rewash because I've used it, and do a little bit of tweaking, cleaning here and there, trying to get it up to where I want it to be. It's a very clean car. It has been valeted, but there's just some minor improvements I want to make just to get it to where I need to be, because this is going to be front and centre for me, because it just looks a bargain. My 2011 Touran is going to be going up for more money than this. My Touran is going to be going up for 3,995. Why? Because it's not automatic and it's a 7-seater. This, granted, if the MOT history, if the mileage was entered correctly, it would actually be worth more. But it's actually shooting itself in the foot a little bit, because the mileage was entered wrong. At 127, it's obviously coming out as being worth less than what it is. And unfortunately for Auto Trader, you can't actually enter less than what the last MOT stated. So obviously I'll be declaring that in the advert, but come on, if that's what we're going to pick a fault with, then you know what I mean. Somebody who's going to buy this car just wants a cheap, dependable little car that's been well looked after. It's as simple as that for me. So plan is get it all cleaned up, get it looking lovely. I need to get the Astra out to get that photographed, and then I'm going to have a bit of a shuffle around. I want to have a bit of a tweak. I want to have my cheaper cars at the front here, so it goes cheap to more expensive. So this one's going to be right there, front and centre. It's going to get a bit of extra room just so it stands out a bit more, and we'll go from there. But I need to get Astra out photographed. I was hoping for a bit of extra sun, but not getting that today, unfortunately. So I need to get that out photographed, and then I need to get that in valeted, or rewashed, shall I say, and then photographed and get them both advertised. Plenty to do. I had a little idea to involve you beautiful people. What I'm going to do in these weekly videos, I'm going to let you decide a car of the week, and then that will get advertised on my Facebook page as car of the week. Decided by yous, not me. So I will be putting this video out Friday, all being well. Over the weekend, my brilliant YouTube viewers, you will decide what car will be car of the week. Get you involved a bit. So your options are going to be the Mitsubishi Colt, the red Renault Clio, the Vauxhall Astra, or the 2018 Dacia Sandero Stepway. Now, that could be could be dependent, shall we say, on if something sells. Obviously, you can't vote for car of the week next week if it's not here. The logic. The Avio isn't included because that is a way of getting its MOT, and the Touran isn't included because that is currently at the body shop. So it's only the sales cars that are on site at this current moment in time, which is the Colt, the Clio, the Astra, the Stepway. So jump in them comments. Let me know what you think should be car of the week, and I'll put it on my Facebook page as car of the week. At some point for car of the week, I will offer something to go with it. But for the time being, for one, I need to work out what that would be, and two, kind of just need to get some sales and get kind of back up to where we should be. But yeah, jump in the comment section, have a vote. Which one's car of the week? My 50 pence, I'm going to go the Astra. That's my 50 pence in this situation, but my vote doesn't count, only yours. So if nobody votes, there's no car of the week. But for me, the Astra. Why? It surprised me. That car came in part exchange for £300. Looked tatty, horrible, and just a bit old and neglected. Whereas now, it's been fully prepared on a very minimal work, and now looks like the car that really the service history and the ownership warranted. If it came to me looking like that, my opinions would have been a bit different. But when it came into me, it just looked a tired old car. Whereas it had great service history, the bloke even spent money fixing aircon, things like that. He took pride in it. It's just cosmetically, it just started lagging behind a little bit. So for me, Astra's car of the week. That's my 50 pence. But that's all down to you. Right then, the Dacia is all cleaned up, looking lovely, might I add. Maybe it's not 100%, but it's like 90%. Really, what it wants is, it wants like a full blow decontamination, cut and polish, just to get it like that last 10%. But again, it's a higher mileage car, so you can only justify what you can justify. And obviously, I don't own the car, so technically, I can't go doing £200 worth of work for nothing, really. So it looks good, doesn't it? Really, it's got a nice shine to it. I hope you can hear me for the wind. It is a bit windy out here today. It's a strange old day. It's humid. It's like thunderstorm weather. So I hope you can hear me. But yeah, this is where I take my pictures. It's maybe not the best backdrop in the world, but unfortunately Newton Aycliffe's not exactly a picturesque town. But these are the sort of pictures I take. There's one angle there. Looks lovely. Here we come round here again. It looks good, doesn't it? Yeah, we'll get this one photographed, do a walk around video and get it advertised. There we go, looking a bit better. Obviously that, I need to get rid of that ASAP. I've just been a bit too busy getting stuff on sale that'll actually make money. That thinking, yeah. But yeah, we're looking a little better now. Obviously cheaper to more expensive. Looking a bit tidier. Obviously left a bit of a gap for the footpath, and then there is a bit of space here that I have left. I've kind of angled that so it's kind of a bit more in your teeth. But the plan is to move that up, and then there'll be a space there for the Avio. I just want to leave that there so it kind of fills in the space a bit more, if you know what I mean, just temporarily. But yeah, the plan is for that just to scoot over just a touch, and then the little Avio, once it's prepared and sorted, will go there. So now I'm going to go inside. Actually, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go try and find myself some bait from somewhere. Then I'm going to get these cars adverts done, get them on my Facebook page, get them on my website, and get them on Auto Trader and get them sold. Because as nice as this looks, that cash in my pocket will look a lot better. Right then, isn't it funny how things change? As I said earlier, just done a deal, sold the red Clio. That's fantastic news. So that will obviously now be out of the voting for car of the week because it's now sold. It's gone. Fella took it away, seemed quite happy with it. Yeah, happy. First sale of the month though. That isn't good going. But still plenty of time left, still got another week. Things can change. It can change quite drastically, and I've also bought a car as well. You know, as soon as that money hits your bank, you just have to spend it, don't you? You can't help yourself. So we might have a look at and main thing is everything is now sorted with the 308, so that will be going to the auctions today as well, so I can get rid of that. And finally, just money flow is what's going to get everything going back in my favour. I do also need to kind of work things out because although I have just organised the front, I have now got a big gap. So I need to sort things out there. You know what? I love being busy. I hate just being sat in my office and sat on my computer just staring into nothing. I just don't like it. I don't like being too busy, mind, you know, just running ragged and just not getting them in to even going for a leak or anything like that. You know, but I like being busy enough to just keep us busy and stop me twiddling my thumbs. So it is raining now, unfortunately, so I'm not going to go out there and do that now because, you know, not that daft. But I should hopefully, all being well, be getting this new car that getting this car that I've just bought. It's not a retail one really. I'm going to try and like just do a quick flip on it to see if somebody wants to buy it cheap, or try and trade it on that way. Other than that, phones are not that busy. That was actually the first inquiry. Really, well, I got an email on the Clio, but I've never had a response from that. But that was the first viewing for the Clio, first real inquiry that was actually genuine of interest. So, and they've bought it straight away. As I've said, them Clios do well. Excuse me. So I will definitely be getting another one of them in. I like them. They're just, you know what goes wrong with them and things like that. The people who actually looked at the Dacia as well, they came to look at the Clio and they actually spotted the Dacia. I was like, and I had a little bit of a look at it, but then I like said to them, you know, what sort of miles are you going to be doing? Is a diesel going to suit you? Probably not. Go for the petrol. It's just one of them things. I'd rather sell somebody the right car than sell them the wrong car and them have problems, because they'll just go, Mr. Dealer, that is your fault. Even though it's not, technically, but that's just the way it is. So hopefully this weather will change and people might actually come and view cars. Luckily when they came to view the Clio, it wasn't raining. It was only just starting to spit a little bit. So hopefully this weather clears up, because I just need to get things sorted. I need to get things done. This weather's really holding us back because it is miserable. Also my roof started leaking. is leaking as well, which is fantastic. But my landlord's going to sort that out as well. So hopefully we can. I'm going to sort out some paperwork, and hopefully by then I might have a car getting dropped off, and then I can sort out getting shot at that 308. That's the main thing for me, because I'm sick to death of just looking at it now. It's doing me nothing, so I need to get rid of it. I'm going to set a reserve of 1,500 quid on it, because that's what its cap clean rating is. Will it do it? Possibly. It is a clean car. It is all prepared and things like that, but is somebody going to take the risk? Because they're going to be looking at it thinking, why are you here from a dealer? You know what I mean? So, look, I'll see what frigging bids come in. If it's too low, I'll be like, no, we'll go again. If the good bids, which given how auctions have been lately, they've been really, really manic. People are really struggling to get all the stock. So hopefully I can hop on that little train and get some good prices for my 308. Wilson's now just dropping the Peugeot off. Hopefully we can get rid of this. I'm actually a little bit nervous because I know how this car's been, so I'm just waiting for one more hurdle. It's not going to be as easy as it is it? Realistically, but I'm surely I've ran out of hoops to jump through. So hopefully this can be the end of this one. That is it. Dropped off. Unfortunately I didn't drop it off in time to go on to the next slot, which is Monday. But the main thing is, it's there. So hopefully that is the end of the 308. Engine management light still had not come back on since clearing it. It's always the case, you know. So in the back of your mind you're always like, should I take the risk? Just get shot. So hopefully I've set a reserve on it. I'm still losing money either way. But hopefully people go through the same thing I'm going through, where they're just having to overspend. Fingers crossed. I'm going to finish up this video for this week. Be a long one this week. Plenty got done. Obviously main thing, getting rid of that Peugeot. Main thing for me is that stress. So hopefully it makes good money. This is my recent purchase. Little 3-door RAV4, 2 litre petrol. Probably not a retail car, I'm not going to lie to you, but it's dependable. There'll be somebody out there who might try and trade it on, because I know they do still fetch good money. It is a 2 litre petrol, which is, you know, but there'll be somebody out there for it. It'll probably feature more next week. But don't forget, what you can do is you can jump in the comment section and you can give us your vote for the car of the week, which is the Dacia Stepway, the Mitsubishi Colt, or the Vauxhall Astra. And then for next week on my Facebook page, I will offer that as car of the week. In the future, what I'll probably do is I'll probably look into it and offer something like, I don't know, upgraded warranty cover, you know, a little gift box or something like that to go along with it. So yeah, still plenty going on here, still plenty to do. But as always, don't forget to drop in the comments section your thoughts, and also don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Helps me out massively. We need to keep pushing on. 2,000 seems a fair number. Do that by the middle of the year, I think. Very comfortably we can do that, so please do, because I would like to get some money together so we can do some things, possibly raffle cars at some point. Maybe use the money from YouTube to kind of start doing raffle cars, or even just buying cars specifically for the channel. So we can do like a trading up series or something like that along them lines. We'll just see how we can get there and what we can do. You could even have your says to what we do, what I do, shall I say. It would be nice to maybe do some raffle cars. I know plenty of people do that now, and it does seem to be quite a popular thing. Could there be a RAV4 raffle car? You never know, dear. And obviously it'd be nice to maybe raise a bit of money for charity and things like that. So yeah, please do support the channel by hitting that subscribe button, and I'll catch yous on the next one.